Angie with Core Star Pilates, and today's exercise is the side laying series. Side laying series. So as the name suggests, we're going to lay on our side. So go ahead and come all the way down onto your side. You're going to reach your legs out long. Reach your bottom arm out long with the palm down. Press the palm into the ground. Your head can come down onto your arm. Top arm can be in front of you for a little bit more stability, or up on your side for a little bit less stability. So when we reach the head away from your feet, create a little bit of space, metaphorical or real, underneath your waistline. And we're going to target our glutes with these exercises. We're going to do 3 here. We're going to do a top leg lift, a both leg lift, and a side bend. So top leg lift, we're going to point that top leg. We're going to lift it up to about hip height. We're going to flex a foot and we're going to lower it down. So it's an inhale lift and an exhale to lower. It's like you're dragging it up through wet cement and then pressing it down like you have a spring underneath your ankle. And exhale, lower. One more time, lift and lower. Now both leg lift, you're going to press both legs together. Exhale, lift both legs up. Might not be as high. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. One more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Now we're going to do the side bend. So again, hand can be here or it can be here. Easier is you're going to lift. Think of leading with your shoulder rather than your ear. And then inhale down. Exhale lift. You can put some weight into that bottom arm. It's okay. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. One more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. And that is part of the side laying series. Are you having trouble finding your gluteus medius? A lot of us do. So here's a great way to do it, is to do it standing. So I'm going to use a chair just as a prop to help keep from falling over, because we are going to stand on one leg. You could use a chair, a half wall, a piece of furniture, just something that's not going to slide away with you when you put a little bit of weight into it. I'm going to stand heels together, toes apart, and I'm going to stack everything up. So pelvis over heels, ribs over pelvis, shoulders over ribs, head over shoulder, powerhouse on. Soften the knees without bending them too much, and we're not trying to lock the knees. And then we're going to shift our weight over onto the leg closest to whatever you're using for stabilizing. I'm going to float the other leg up. Yes, the hips aren't going to be quite so even here. That's okay. And I'm going to make sure that the leg that I'm working with is turned out a little bit. So the heel is pointing in and the toe is pointing out. The area I'm targeting is right here. So if you're to think like a bikini underwear line, so right through there, from here all the way up to the edge, and that's the area. So feel free to reach back and kind of poke yourself in the bum, because that's going to be a really good way to feel if that muscle is working. So stack everything up, powerhouse on, knee unlocked. You're going to take this leg and take it in a diagonal line behind you. So you're pressing back and away and then returning. So that's the motion. As it goes back, you should feel that muscle fire. What I want you to try to do is, once it fires, see if you can keep it on as you bring that leg back in. That way it's kind of acting as resistance. And it might be a little bit trickier to keep it on when you're upright. It'll be a little bit easier when you're down on the mat. But this is a great place to find this muscle in the first place. So once you feel like you've got a solid connection to that gluteus medius, see if you can keep that muscle on and then change it so you're taking your leg out to the side. It's going to be a little bit trickier. You are going to get a little bit more muscles firing here, but I want that gluteus medius to be more of the driver and these more as the assistant. And then once you feel like you've got a really good connection, then go ahead and bring it down to the mat and try again laying down. So how do you make it a little bit more challenging? You create instability, of course. You notice the theme, right? So one of those green stability discs, you could use a Bosu, is lovely. We're going to use a roller. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring this roller somewhere between, you have the stickyality here on the hip and the top of the hip. So somewhere between that, maybe a little bit just above. And you want to have somewhere where you can float your legs up without having to work extraordinarily hard, right? So for me, it's right about there. So I'm lifting out my shoulder, my core is on. And again, this hand down is going to be a lot more easier, and then the arm up is going to be a lot more challenging. We are going to change up what we're doing here. We're only going to do one that's exactly the same, and then we're going to change up and do something completely different. So the challenge here is to stay up on the roller without falling off. So top leg, the same thing. We're going to lift and we're going to lower. We're going to point on the way up. We're going to flex on the way down. So we're just going to do a handful of these. It's a little bit more challenging to stay here. And then the other thing we're going to do, instead of trying to do a double leg lift or a side bend, because this is a little too crazy talk for this, we're going to do a scissor with the legs. So one leg goes forward, one leg goes back, and then you switch it out. So on a roller, this is kind of intense. So you may not get as much range of that bottom leg. You may want to do just the top leg forward and back and leave the bottom leg still. That's always an option. So there you go. There's some ways to make that side lane. It's a little bit harder. Now it's your turn to practice this exercise. Take a picture or a video and post it on Instagram or Facebook. Tag us, CoreStar Pilates, and use the hashtag RealBodiesDoingPilates, and we'll share it on our feeds. I hope I've inspired an appreciation for Pilates, and I look forward to sharing more exercises with you.